remember to, I don't even know where to begin. My heart continues to be broken by a system in the West that was never built for us. And the people who look like me continue to do business as usual. And as they see, business as usual is not stopping anything. It seems as though it's escalating things. So we have a black deaf woman who basically was accosted. Let me back up. She wasn't accosted. The police put sirens on. She's deaf. Her two daughters are in the back seat of the car, and she pulls over. The kids are trying to tell the officers that their mother is deaf. This doesn't stop them from manhandling her or also using voice. There's something wrong with you people. And it is not just these 25-20s. There's something wrong with people in general. If you see someone deaf, the kids have said that their mother is deaf, and you keep talking to them with these voices, thinking, okay, all of a sudden they're going to hear you. What in the fuck is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you? Like, it's almost as if a blind person, you just start waving paper in their face and eventually they're going to see. She couldn't understand the commands. They violated ADA by using a minor child to interpret for the mother. That is a no-no. You can't even do that in a court of law. You can't. So it doesn't matter that her children knew sign language or not. They violated her rights off the top. Off the top. Because the first thing they should have done when the girl said that the mother was deaf was to get on their radio and call for an interpreter. See, the problem is that these officers are lazy. Now, how funny is this, though? How funny is this? So your current president, he gets on talking about, violence and looting against other folks, but yet he has yet to address this, as well as address the issue with the brother who was an officer in the Army being accosted by police. He didn't say anything about that, though. Yeah. But you still mad, though, right? You still mad. You mad, huh? You mad. You mad. I know why I'm mad. Personally, because I have worked with the deaf for a long time. No matter where I am, I typically seek out that community. And just because when I love sign language, I am so enamored with talking with your hands and how it conveys meaning, understanding, and all of that. But yet now we have a black woman who is deaf. And she said that had it not been for her twin daughters being in the car with her, she probably would have lost her life. I'm going to agree to that. That's likely, because they would have thought that she was being disobedient when she is articulating in a speech that is unintelligible to anyone, to alert them. That would have been disregarded as if she was being hostile, resisting arrest. All of these things that you label us when you know truth and in fact, that's not the case. Now, what about the 74-year-old black woman whose arm was broken after the police lied and said they had a warrant for her son's, arrest? They didn't have a warrant. They did that to get into her home. And they broke that lady's arm. Lied and said that she was doing all kinds of, she's 74 years old. What could she possibly have done to you physically? The body cam doesn't even show her being hostile. All she is doing is talking, just like I'm speaking. Just like I'm speaking. The officers were speaking balderdash, okay? And so I am just, you all need to decide what your life is going to look like in the West, baby, because let me tell you something. She is not changing, but you keep thinking she's going to change because you keep going out here protesting, voting, and getting the same daggone results. And it's not going to change. Do you know how many deaf people have lost their lives at the hands of the police because of a basic lack of not understanding that a person cannot hear? Do you understand what that even means? And it truly does sadden me, because I have to say, if the lady, she's correct, Dre, her name is Andrea, they call her Dre for short, that if her children weren't in a car with her, it's likely she wouldn't be here to this day. You know, I used to make these pins, and a lot of my deaf friends in the States would get angry with me for making these pins because they don't want to be labeled. I used to make these pins because of all the police violence, and I'm saying, I want you to wear these pins because I don't want people to look at you and all of a sudden not know that you're deaf and then something catastrophic happens. The pin said hashtag I am deaf. And it's like a baseball cap, and that's what it said on there. I was giving them away for free. You know, deaf people are very prideful and they don't want to be treated differently. I understand that. I understand that. I totally do. But I wanted them to wear these pins basically for a fear that I didn't want them to be, you know, in a situation where they could be compromised simply because they couldn't hear or they can't speak. And some people took them, and others like, no, I'm not wearing that. It's kind of like, what do you call it? It's like a prison badge number, if you will. And they weren't into that. Understand it. Let me tell you something. When we talk about the UN's human rights and all of that, which one of the 30 do you think they were violating when it comes to a deaf person? Which one? And see, you folk always want to talk about go training these officers and all of that. You cannot train an officer for all of the stuff that's going on. Some of these people are just trigger happy. But when it comes to this instance here, yeah, she's deaf. Her kid's in the car. But I'm sick of you folk. I am so sick of you all. So sick. But you all keep calling her the greatest place on earth. No, baby. She has the most powerful military force on earth. That's the difference. That's the difference. That is the difference. And at some point, you all need to say to yourself, some of the solutions I have given you. Go over and watch the video on Go Black to Africa's channel. Go and watch the video. I've given you solutions. See, you all don't want the solutions. You don't want them. Because you all say, oh, all you all do is get on here and talk. But I'll give you solutions. You don't want to take the solutions. So then it's kind of like buyer beware. You've been told. You've been warned.